Alright, should be live on YouTube. Let me just check. Okay, on live. Perfect. Mic is working. Seems like game audio is hopefully working, even though we haven't started. Let me just take the link and share, copy, open Discord, paste in the Discord. Live, paste. Let's move to all Barb levels. Oh my gosh. Live. Perfect. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. We're back. We're so back, chat. I just have to message one more person to mod live, and another one more person. My bad. There we go. This is the first stream in, I feel like, a month. It's been, or maybe a little over a month. But I'm very excited to be back, and I hope you guys are as well. Today we're going to be beating our third, hopefully third of 57 Barb levels. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, I just got scared for a second. My OBS it didn't say I was live. Little scary, but it's okay. I want to get, so I was looking over my whole setup and everything, and I'm looking at it all, and I think music, like just background music, kind of come in handy sometime. Also, let me know if the game audio or my mic is too loud, too quiet. Camera is partially on me. Now it's really on my mic. Okay, that's fine. Barb. You don't know who Barb is? He is a content creator. He really doesn't know me too well. Him and I have talked before. He's the creator of Grand Poo World 3 and Grand Poo World 1 and 2, of course. But he's pretty infamously known for all of his Mario levels from Maker 1 and Maker 2. And they can be pretty difficult. We've beaten one on stream. It was like one of my first ever streams. It actually took me 2 hours to beat one of his levels, and then off stream I beat another one of his levels, taking me about six hours. So we'll see how it goes. Audio bounce is good. Welcome in, both of you, David and O'Crafter. Before we start, I don't actually pick the level. We have a handy dandy wheel. That's the wrong thing. Hold on. This one. Perfect. We have a handy dandy wheel. We're just gonna spin it and hope it's not bad. A few of these levels are scary. Dread is not one I've heard of. The goal for these is hopefully they don't take longer than an hour. An hour is, I feel like, a good range, but we'll see. No, it is not a crafter. Let's see. Dread. Mama is not the law. I am the law. So all his levels are named after movies. I can't say I've actually seen this one, but hopefully the level's not bad. I guess we'll find out. The other 2 levels I beat were actually just quiet recordings, so I would talk anytime I felt like I had a good attempt, and the rest of the time I'm just sitting there in silence. This time it's a little bit more pay attention, I guess. Okay, good start. Perfect. I hope you guys are strapped in to see me just absolutely excel at this level for an hour. I don't know what I'm doing. Perfect. I don't know if I have much else to announce. I guess the Discord's up. People are actually starting to join it, which is pretty cool. There is a follower goal for that. I was going to be dual streaming this on Twitch, but it was complicated, and I've only set it up like once. So it kind of works. That's one of the things I want to work on maybe after stream. Has been a while? Yeah, no, the last thing I did was that Cuphead challenge. That took a little while. What am I waiting for? Sorry, I'm like trying to talk, but also figure out this level. Perfect, great start. So this wing boom boom we can hit 3 times, and I think we need to hit it to where it's on top of the spikes, so that way it can fly up, or maybe if we hit it not, because I think if we hit it and it's not above ground, it will just fall and despawn, I think is how it works. I don't know, I don't really mess with them a lot, as you can see by how I'm not managing to hit it. I have been making levels though, I got back into that. I started making a super world about 3 years ago, and I made over 130 levels for it, all of which were terrible and mostly just impossibly difficult. Like, I couldn't beat them, and now I don't know what to do here. Now I went back and I started remaking the super world. Keeping it lower. It's only going to be 30 levels, so we dropped a good 100 of them. But yeah, I've already made 2, and whenever that releases, I will probably release a clear video for it all. Do you guys know what I'm supposed to be doing here? Because that Boom Boom does come back, but I think he comes back a little bit too late for us and on the wrong side of the screen, so maybe we do want to hit him above the void. Let's try it. Nope. I don't know how you would. Maybe you... Oh, maybe you actually bounce off him and rebring the spring. Sorry, I'm getting a message. Just Barb today? Yep, just Barb. The goal is 2 levels, but I'll be more than happy with just 1. We'll see how long this one takes me. That's what you do. Okay. I didn't mean to exit, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be 2 Barb levels is the goal, but more likely just 1. Tomorrow we're doing Mario Kart World, just online with chat. Maybe I'll make a room, or we'll just do it normally online. Ugh, that is a rough little drop. Also, the reason I'm pressing start over rather than just letting the death play through is because it is just simply faster. It saves like maybe a second if you menu fast enough. Yes, the correction. To the other message. Gosh, that is a tight little jump. Something about Barb that I really like is he unlike a lot of other Kaizo creators, don't just place spikes on every single jump. Like there you could have a good amount, but he prefers to just keep it to where you only need spikes as an obstacle rather than an annoyance or nuisance. And that's something that I kind of try to put in a lot of my levels, but I just feel...
15-minute timer on Kitchen Echo Dot is ringing.
Just got interrupted. Alexa, stop it. A crafter, ban the Alexa. Anyway, I'm going to continue what I was saying. Barb makes fantastic levels, and I think a lot of... Man. So my computer just shut off. I don't even know if I'm live anymore. And I dropped my controller. This is a fantastic first stream. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. What do I do to make my computer not shut off? There we go. Perfect. We're back. Oh man. And I don't even know where my controller is. There it is. Okay, now we beat it. Now we beat it first try. Alright. Still hear you? Great. I was worried about that. I wasn't sure if the stream stopped because both my monitors just went black. That used to happen a lot on stream back whenever I first started. But I think rather than me just, you know, going into my settings and have it to where it just doesn't shut off because my OBS doesn't count as me being active on my computer, I just pull up a random Twitch stream and I just set it off to the side. I really should probably just go into settings and fix that. Big jump. You have auto sleep on? I think so. I think that's what it is. It may just be auto sleep. This will be the first of the Barb videos that we're actually... I will be taking this and putting it into a video on YouTube. So, if you're watching those, I do want to question, should I be putting 2 videos or 2 levels per video, or just one level per video? I feel like one kind of works, because they're like 10-minute videos. I don't know. I feel like one works for now, but if you guys want 2, I mean, I can do that. What? Okay, balls back and forth, then the block, and then the thwomp. I feel like if possible you should have your stream mode where if you auto sleep is disabled. I feel like that's a good idea, but also a little bit too complicated for me to set up. So we're probably not going to do that. Maybe I'll just have someone come over, make them set it up for me. This little boom boom, I hate these guys. Their movement is, I'm not gonna say always random. It's based off of RNG, which is random number generation. And for a lot of games that is just purely random. But Mario Maker has a really weird way that it randomizes its code. So if I were to walk into this pipe and do absolutely nothing, this boom boom will sleep and it'll fly that way and then that way. And if I do that again, it will do the exact same pattern. But if I walk in and I do completely different movement, like a spin jump and then back and forth, well, I guess it does the exact same movement. But what I'm trying to say is, a lot of these entities in the game, every single entity in the game is based off of what you do, and it'll always be random. Like Bowser, for example. Bowser can either jump, he can either stomp, or he can either shoot a fireball. Depending on your movement in a level, and only your movement, he can do the exact same thing if you do the exact same inputs on every single frame perfectly. I don't know what I'm doing. Or if you just change it up a little bit, then he will, do random patterns. It's a consistent way of setting up randomness, but it can also be pretty brutal if you just know your level better than anyone else and you just go frame for frame on all your jumps to make an impossible level that no one else can beat. Also, I realized I don't have my chat overlay on my OBS screen, so I am having to look over, which is difficult. But I have a Mac, which is superior. I don't know what I have. I think, what does it say, Dell? I don't know. I don't know computers well enough. I wish I did. Probably should learn since, my hobby kind of revolves around them. Entity has seated movement where it changes every time you move. Yeah. For after stream and settings, check power settings on AC and make sure the monitor is set to at least 4 hours before turning off. Then check screensaver and adjust appropriately as well. Oh. Okay, I'm actually going to just copy. I'll just come back. I'll remember. I'll totally remember that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. See, the resetting is faster if you can menu correctly. Horrible thing this game does is if you hit the start over button, so a lot of times it's just ingrained into players to whenever you die, just hit start over because it's faster. But if you get a checkpoint in this game and you die past the checkpoint and you hit start over, it will erase your checkpoint. This is why we reset, because it waits for Mario to drop off screen and all the arrows to set and the black to fade in and out. So it's not entirely, it's not too fast, but it is faster. Plus it always allows the player to be doing something, so kind of prefer it. You have a Windows OS. Sick. I'll take your word for it. Ugh. You know what? 10 minutes? We've made it, 10 seconds into the level. I'd say that's pretty good. Nope. Do I even need the second ball? I get flustered when I get there. Specs just open MC, then press F3 and we can see. A little part of me just doesn't trust that. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. David just gave me, I'm pretty sure, step-by-step instructions, so hopefully I won't struggle with it too much. No, I think we do. We definitely need both balls. Oh, I just looked up. There's a cloud up there. Clouds are... they follow the same thing that the Boom Booms do. They have RNG-based movement, and they can be pretty awkward because they will give you a lot of momentum since if they're like holding a item that you can walk or step on. Ugh. No, to see the specs for your computer. Okay. What? Did you want me to press MC? Like just... oh, Minecraft. Oh, I was like looking for an MC button. I feel stupid. My bad. One of the things I'm more worried about now that I'm actually streaming my attempts and not just recording them, I'm gonna be saying some stupid things or just some out of context thing, and that'll be the clear attempt, and that'll be put into the video. A little worried about that. Ah. I didn't check to see the clear rate on this one to see if it was harder than the other two. Ugh. Normally auto-scrollers are easier. Yeah, just some. Minute 20 is the world record. Dang, that's a long auto-scroller. I bet there's a checkpoint. Hopefully. Ugh. Getting there, like, lags the game. I don't know why. We're gonna say it lags the game to make me look a little bit better. Actually, it's cold outside, so my hands, they don't move as quickly. That's another excuse I'm gonna make up. Weird. Alright. This is a good attempt. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. My bones are never wrong. It's barely progress, but it's still progress. Oh my goodness. It feels so good whenever you predict something. It's the best feeling. Honestly, without my bones, I don't think I could have ever beaten any level in this game. So, huge shout out to them. Ow. Now, the more I'm playing this, I realize that the other auto-scroller that I did for this challenge was maybe a little under the same length, but it didn't have a checkpoint, so there's like that daunting worry of, yeah, if we make it halfway through this timer and there's no checkpoint, it can be pretty rough, I can imagine. That's fine. It's good practice, because after we do this challenge, I want to start a challenge where we do all Pangea Panga levels, to where if you don't know that creator, they basically do the same thing as Barb, but their levels are way harder. He doesn't really try to just make the more traditional Kaizo levels that you will see me playing in this challenge. He more just tries to make the hardest thing he can, and he does it really well. That is who I base my levels more after rather than Barb, but I wish I was more like Barb in my level creation. Speaking of level creation and levels, I'm thinking about doing like viewer level streams. I think that could be pretty fun. Just having people submit the levels they make. Ah. Thank you. Ah. I don't know, I've had a few friends of mine actually ask if I am ever going to do viewer level streams, and I did it once, I think. I did like a half viewer level stream. That was pretty fun. We got a lot of hard garbage, but I think that's what the people enjoy me playing. It's always fun to see content creators suffer. Gosh, these are big boy jumps. I'm not ready for these. I don't think I've played Mario Maker besides making my own 2 levels in the past, like, since I streamed it last. The only practice I've gotten was, oh, well, actually the last time I recorded and uploaded that video, so whenever that came out was the day I last played. I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Ugh, that's so awful. It speeds up, then it speeds up, then it slows down. I really don't know how clouds work. I want to make a cloud level just so I can figure out how they work and try and understand them. Get to know them a little bit. On a personal level. Ow. That was the new best run. So I'm gonna gross a little bit of you guys out for a moment. When I play Mario, and whenever a lot of people play 2D Mario, they play with the run button as their X and the jump button as their A, or the run button as their Y and the jump button as their B. I will play with either or sometimes I play XB, so I run with my X and jump with my B in between the Y and A button. So, it was a little weird to get used to, but I thought it was just goofy if I did it whenever I was younger, and I kind of just got used to it. So that's how I play a lot of Mario. Yeah, it's pretty weird, but there you go. There's a fun fact about me. I do want to become friends with them. I think becoming friends with the clouds would honestly be... it'd be something to talk about. It'd be something maybe I could put on my grave. Just friend of the clouds. Ah! That was rough. It's just too slippery. So far we also haven't hit any Kaizo blocks or trolls or anything. Which I was hoping, because if Barb puts in just like a Kaizo block in the beginning of the level, that means he's probably not going to put one later on. But if we're not hitting one early on, then we're probably going to hit one later on. And I'm going to cry. And you're all going to make fun of me. And I'm going to have to quit streaming because I got bullied too hard. Ugh. I actually should name the level with the clouds my new best friend. I had a shell level that I made in the Super Mario 3D World theme, and it revolved all around not touching the ground, and the ground piece that I chose was the cloud block, and I named it, I named it like Craig's Kingdom. For some reason, my friend and I, we decided to name the clouds all Craig's. No idea why, but it's still on my Switch. Haven't ever beaten it. Sub goal, 1 million subscribers, we will beat Craig's Kingdom. I actually can't wait to get monetized just because of one reason, and that's sub goals. Or actually, wait, I could just do that on Twitch at any time. Something I keep forgetting is I'll just open Twitches whenever you just start it. You don't even need to make any progress within the actual app. Unlike YouTube, where you have to hit a billion requirements. Ugh, that's so rough. What about me? I don't know. What about you? I think you're a better friend than I've ever been friends with any cloud, if that makes you feel better. I'm kind of confused on what you're asking. Huh? Still no money? True. Yep. I do not pay my mods yet. That is the goal. I do pay editors whenever... Thing is you and I don't meet up, so... Honestly, send me your PayPal. Do you have a PayPal? I think I tried to set mine up a little bit ago, and it was confused because on my phone, I'm older than what it says I am. Or, it says I'm older than what I am, so it didn't believe me. Ah! My phone thinks I'm like 20, 25 years old, 26 years old, which is pretty hype. Ah. Locking in. That's so rough, man. That is a hard jump. It's fine. We got it. I do like this beginning section now that I understand a little bit more. One thing Barb doesn't really do is set up a lot of indication unless it's 100% blind. Like in the beginning, I was setting that spring down. I probably could have figured out on my first try that I needed the boom boom, but it was, in my opinion, a bit too much of a guess. So, just say what you said about me and the clouds. Perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, no, out of context is gonna be amazing. I can't wait for that. You're gonna get a lot more out of context footage with these upcoming streams. I'm so excited to beat Undertale. Like, I've been itching to play Undertale for the past month, but I'm like, it's fine, I'm taking a break from streaming. I'll come back to it. I'll play Undertale soon. I've been honestly avoiding spoilers too. Like, I watched a CJ Archipelago stream, and someone was playing Undertale, and I'm like, oh, gotta skip through that. Can't watch that part. Okay, so we turn back on the first one, just run straight on the second one, and then figure out what we do on the way back. I wasn't sure if that was going to work, because I did the exact same thing last time when I died. I was just seeing if it was consistent. Their jumping is also random, but the RNG for them doesn't matter until you spawn them in. I believe is how bosses work. Bosses, they have to be spawned in for their RNG to matter. Other entities like Magic Koopas or the Clouds, they spawn in as soon as you load the area. Such as me entering the pipe in the beginning. Also, one thing is a little bit of drama is the Undertale community right now. Ooh. drama in the Undertale community. I can't really take a guess as of to why. I think they released... I don't know if this was really recent. Maybe the same... Wasn't it the same time whenever Silksong came out? They released a sequel? Deltarune, I believe is what it's called. I could be wrong. How bad is the drama? Rude. As far as games go, I've been wanting to play Undertale. I've been wanting to beat these Barb levels. And Silksong, I have like 2 more achievements that I need to get, but I kind of took a break from Silksong. Also replaying Breath of the Wild. Almost finished with that. Ah, no. It's not that it's about... sorry, I don't understand the message. Oh, it's about a YouTuber. Oh. Interesting. That's always concerning. Always love hearing about YouTuber drama. It can be one of 2 things. Like, is it the kind of YouTuber drama that they can make an apology video about? Or just, like, banned? It's one of my favorite things to watch, by the way, is just YouTuber apology videos. They're so good. I love them. Especially the bad ones. Like the Miranda Sings one. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but that one's pretty funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we were a little too slow. We waited 2 extra jumps than what I needed on that first boom boom coming back to the right. So we can just go on 1 jump, I think, and we'll be pretty good. That would have worked, we would have just been low, and I feel like we probably would have died. Ugh, that jump, man. Yeah, that's what I thought. I kind of want to say something just really vague whenever I know it's the clear video, that way it feels like I was talking about something really important, and the people watching the clear video are just going to have no idea. They'll have to come to the VOD, and they'll have to scroll to the end. It'll be perfect. It's a good plan, actually. Nope, I keep stopping there. I just need to go. Just go. Blah. What else do I have to talk about? Controller. We're using the Switch 2 Procon, and it took me a little bit because comparatively to the Switch 1 Procon, there is like one noticeable difference, and it is lighter. It actually is just a little bit lighter. Besides that, it's practically the exact same thing. I think it looks better too. I reviewed it the day we did the SMO stream for the 80% PB. And yeah, besides that, I'm kind of just playing like I have been. I've been playing Super Mario Maker 2 since the year it came out. What was that, 2018? 2019? Because 2017 was Switch release year. Do I know Joy-Cons? I mean, I like Joy-Cons, but for Mario Maker, I don't know, I've never been comfortable playing Mario Maker with Joy-Cons. It just always feels weird. Really that for any 2D game. If it's a 3D game, I'll play Joy-Cons, or if it's just a casual game like Balatro, I'll play Joy-Cons. But nope, that was a low jump. I don't know. I just don't prefer Joy-Cons. So the Boom Boom there did a small jump first. They have 3 options: small jump, medium jump, and big jump. So we just gotta wait once there. So I was kind of right the first time. Unless the RNG was just different. which hopefully it wasn't. Ow. So the way the cloud works is Mario's position is here and the cloud is here. The cloud will quickly move over to Mario. But once it's on top of Mario, once it syncs up with his y-axis, then it will choose to either go left or right, but it will stay slow so that way it can keep up with Mario if Mario's moving slowly. But if Mario runs away, the cloud will start slow, then speed up, and then catch up with Mario. So it's a little tricky to get used to, especially whenever you're needing to go on top of one and ride it. But that's why I'm kind of struggling with that part so much. It's just because it is really awkward. But I feel like it would be a good thing to get used to. So it's niche, and you don't see it in a lot of Kaizo levels just because of how random it is, if you will. I think we can just... Nah, I don't need to try something new. I was gonna try and just bounce off the second ball twice rather than going back to the first one. But I feel like that won't give me enough distance. Okay. Perfect. Hold on, sorry chat. Never mind. Thank you. I will look at it after stream. Speaking of the past conversation, Undertale, you still speedrunning it? I know you were starting to speedrun it for a little bit. Did you ever get a time down? If so, what was it? I haven't yet seen a speedrun. I don't even know what speedrun time it is. I know casual... I looked it up, I was like, how long is the casual playthrough of Undertale normally? If you're just going through and you are exploring everything you come across, and it was like 12 to 14 hours. Been busy with school, but you're gonna try winter break? Ooh. What is the world record, and what are you trying to go for? Do you have like a goal set in mind? Like for Mario Odyssey, whenever I started, the average time was like a 140, sub 2 hour. And then whenever I hit that, I tried to go for the 120, and then after that, the 110, and we hit it. I hit it like 9 years later, so it worked out. Beat the game normally in like 5 hours is a crazy long speedrun. Oh my gosh. I mean, I know a lot of people really like their longer speedrun games, but for me, I think 2 hours is the longest I can just sit and speedrun. Because if you get too attached to a run and you make one mistake at like the end of it, it's rip run, just reset. Like I'll watch creators like Jay and Tyrone18, they speedrun things. Normally Jay does. He's the world record holder in every Mario Galaxy 1 mainline category, including the 100%, and it's just like an 8-hour speedrun, and it is absurd to watch, because if you mess up at the very end, you just gotta reset. I don't know, 5 hours is a long time. Speedrun world record is 1 hour, without speedrun strats. Okay, world record's 1 hour, and casually you can beat the game in like an hour, just if you were going through. Okay, that's not bad. I feel like you can get a good time. Then again, it's taken me over 2 months to beat the game, and I'm still halfway through it. So yeah, we're doing great. I think honestly, I'm on world record pace. Ooh, I did not get any running speed from that jump. I really thought I was just gonna die there. You want to go for 2 hours? Like a sub 2 hour, or just any 2x time? And will you be doing this in like pacifist, genocide, or neither? I don't know. Is that a category? Sub 2. After my first playthrough, it gets a lot after the first playthrough it gets a lot easier, I can imagine. Because the fights are already starting to get more difficult, so you just get better at the early game fights. Do you even fight anything? I guess it's all random if you run into enemies and whatnot. It's probably like some RNG manipulation to just not run into enemies. Because it kind of works like Pokemon does, to where if you step on a tile, there's a chance of an enemy appearing. Speaking of Pokemon, I got a lot of Pokemon challenges lined up. I'm so excited. This upcoming month, I don't know which challenges I kind of want to pick from, but I definitely want to do a Pokemon one. I'm looking forward to that. Which one yet? I don't really know. Like I said, I have a lot in mind, but I just can't pick one. Okay, this is a little slower than I'd like, yeah. I don't think the encounters are RNG, I think it's purely step count. Oh, interesting. I guess that kind of makes sense. I wonder if you have to, whenever you're playing it, you have to kind of speedrun it, how people do the original Legend of Zelda, to where you're just constantly counting. I don't know if you've ever seen a speedrun of that game, just the original Legend of Zelda, people are counting in their head the entire time. It's one of the most impressive games to speedrun in my opinion, professionally. Okay, we were too fast. Got it. Okay, so slow down a bit. Not my favorite thing in levels, whenever you're just playing too well. Maybe I made a mistake. Who knows? Maybe I just messed up the cloud manipulation. We'll say it's my fault. Barb makes no mistakes. Yeah, that time we were a little slower, but I think it worked out in our favor. Maybe we'll throw it there, just so that way it lines up with the wall. So hold B to jump, and yeah, we want to do a hold jump. Perfect. New PB? I actually think we've died there the exact same time last time, but we'll say we were a few pixels further. So yes, new PB. Oh, we were too fast again. That cloud, I don't know, man. I don't know. Little weary of it. Hopefully there aren't too many more clouds in the level. It seems like he's kind of just mixing up all the items and entities we're being given. Oh, that was so bad. After the spring part, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I try to not reset there just to see, but it just kind of looks like survival. I don't know. Survival and an auto-scroller is a little bit of a weird combination, but I guess we'll figure it out. Also, fun fact about those, spiky balls with parachutes. So normally an entity doesn't just despawn immediately whenever it leaves the screen, but if it has a parachute on, it disables the parachute, so it actually just disables the parachute once the entire item is off screen, even if the parachute is still on screen, so it will just drop the normal speed. So there is no catching up to do it if it's off screen. Now, more Mario Maker tips for you. Okay, I'm getting messaged, and I think my phone is just vibrating my whole desk, so my mic is probably just blaring. If not, then don't have to worry about it, and you can say I'm just lying. Ugh. Oh my gosh, give me just a second. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm gonna mute my phone. And muted. Perfect. Hopefully no one needs me. I like D&D on the phone. I actually set my D&D up to be custom to where if someone messages me, unless it's like one of my emergency contacts, which is mostly just family, it will not go through. But if anyone calls me more than twice, it will go through. So, I don't know. I think that's a good feature to have. It kind of indicates the importance, if you understand what I'm saying. Speaking of phone calls, my sister moved to college recently, and her and I, we keep in touch, we message and whatnot, but I don't really ever call her. So she was at work yesterday, and I just finished watching her. She watches the show called The Chair Company after I recommended it to her, and she has watched every episode as it comes out, the day it comes out. And I'm kind of slowly watching it, and I just finished it yesterday, and I called her out of nowhere, and was calling to tell her my thoughts on it, and she didn't pick up, and then she was texting, and she was like, "Hey, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing, just wanted to talk to you about the show we're watching." Yeah, so that's a my B moment, if you will. Okay, interesting. So right there, we have to hit the block with our head, and then I'm pretty sure since it's more than 5 blocks tall, we have to spin jump off the spiny shell. So, a little bit scary. We'll make it work. If that's the case, the spiny shell might actually despawn, or have been despawned by the screen by then, so I think we do have to start just going faster here. This is really the only spot where I'm going slow, I think. Yes, like that. Okay, perfect. Nope, don't need it. No, I hit it twice. Okay, new PB, back to back. Okay, perfect, perfect. It's going great. Good progress. Ow. New PB, yep. That felt pretty good. I love these Barb levels just because they are some of the easiest to sight read. Besides the fact that he doesn't use indicators, but I don't know. I think being able to read what you're doing and appropriately react to something as it's being given to you in a Mario Maker level is very, very important, especially for a difficult or long level like this. Because if not, then you're just going back to trial and error everything, like I was kind of doing in the beginning, but since it was the beginning of the level, I don't think it matters too much. Ow. I'm gonna be honest, just wait until you start waiting for the next Deltarune chapters to come out. You play it after Undertale. Would you say Undertale is worse than Deltarune, or vice versa? Because I know the communities are huge and everyone loves Undertale, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard anyone talk about Deltarune to me, or I haven't seen any gameplay of it, or I don't even know any characters in it. Is Sans in Deltarune? Or does, like, Sans die? I hope Sans doesn't die. Here's my thing about Deltarune. Oh, snap. We're getting a rant, chat. There's gonna be some hot takes. Ah. Yes, he is? Sick. Perfect. We like Sans. Sans is one of the better characters. I think I like Prometheus? I don't know, what was his name? Pythus? The guy I went on a date with in Undertale. That guy's sick. We like that guy. Ah! Papyrus. I didn't even read chat. I just came up with that. I'm so smart. I feel like I'm gonna make some predictions for Undertale. I feel like Sans. I don't really have any predictions for him. I feel like he's just like a side character. feel like he's like a lovable, everyone's favorite side character that doesn't really do much with the story. Papyrus, I feel like he's gonna die, and we're gonna kill him, or he sacrifices himself for us. That's new prediction. Papyrus sacrifices us, and I've been baited this whole time thinking Sans was a main character, but I feel like Sans is just gonna be like a side character. Those are my two predictions for right now, and I'm under halfway through with the game because I started Waterfall and looked up how far Waterfall is into the game, and it was like, you are less than halfway. Finishing Waterfall is halfway. So, we'll see if I'm completely wrong, or maybe I'm right on one and wrong on the other. You remember the name? Of course I remember the name. I know all the names. We got the cave, the cow lady's house, Snowden, and Waterfall. Those are all the official names. Oh, I just missed an entire message from you. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me read that in a second. It's like the biggest one, too. How'd I miss that? But basically, I think it's a really good game, but I personally don't enjoy it as much as Undertale. Now, don't get me wrong, it is still a really good game, it's just not really for me. Oh, okay. Are the mechanics and controls the same? It's just like a story that you don't like? What's really the difference that makes you not favor it the same? Ah. Yes, so it's like a plot thing. Okay, interesting. Right now, Undertale, it doesn't really have the craziest plot I've seen. It's more just like Earth was monsters and humans. Humans got mad at monsters. Monsters live in cave now. Kid accidentally falls into cave and is trying to get out. And that's really where I'm at. The only other character with like a real story is Papyrus, trying to become the GOAT. And so far he's kind of succeeding, I would say. I would say Papyrus is kind of crushing his dreams. Crushing his dreams sounds like a bad thing. He's excelling in his goals. That's right wording for you. Okay. That cloud is always scary because it's like, I don't know if it's going to move back when I want it to. Okay, we're slower than we were the other time, but it's okay, I think. Oh wait, we're really slow, actually. Oops. Got scared. It's okay. We'll make it back. One of the rules of Kaizen, one of the many, if you do something once, you can do it again. Yo, Jessica's on Stardew Valley. Shout out. I love seeing that. I love seeing whenever a friend just comes online. It's always the funniest whenever I'm just recording to myself. I'm like, oh, looks like they made it into the YouTube video. Oh, Esther on Lego City Undercover. Shout out. I think it's just a biased opinion. Just beat as Super Mario Galaxy 2 ROM hack. Yep. Sure. I don't know who we're talking about, but apparently they did. Oh, Crafters on Tetris 99. Another shout out right there. I was thinking about posting my my Switch friend code in like the Discord or having it in my description somewhere. But I feel like that would be a little too much because then I would never find the people I actually want to friend because I'll just have a bunch of spam. You know that guy? Oh my gosh, I think I actually know that guy too. It's great. Bad idea? I agree with you actually. I think it is a bad idea. No! That's bad. Also, my background, it's very empty. I used to have a shelf there that had things on it, and now it's gone, so the only thing I have are the disc plates on that wall that are half hung up. I have more, I just don't have them up yet, so it's very bland in the background. And that's the dog. Sorry about that. I don't know. I'm gonna get another shelf. Actually, I'm gonna put it back there. We're gonna start putting Legos on it. We're gonna put Legos. We're gonna put other fun toys. Maybe we'll put the cat Michael there, because Michael used to be in the background. Now he's there, just sitting in a bucket on my bed. So, rip Michael. Maybe we'll bring him back. Who knows? I tried to get my camera to zoom in a little bit more because I was looking at it and I'm like, oh, I'm very zoomed out. There's so much space around me, but I couldn't figure it out. So, this is what you get. I really just need to have a tech guy come over and just set up my whole stream for me. Oh, that was a bad jump. That's kind of what we want to do, though. See how we hit 2 blocks there? That's the goal. Two blocks, that way we have an easier gap to jump in. Oh, accidental midair. Very cool. Also, wait a minute. Did Tetris 99? A crafter, we know you're a nerd, but you can't out yourself like that. What's the nerdiest game that someone could play? I feel like Tetris is up there. I feel like Minecraft can go either way, because people who play Minecraft, you are either the smartest Minecraft player or the dumbest, and there's not really an in-between. We all know which category I fall in, and yes, it is the smart one. Definitely. I got all the achievements on survival. So, certified smart Minecraft player. It's okay. You don't gotta be jealous of crafter. For clear context, I am entirely joking. A crafter is... A lot of people actually do agree with me on this in my Discord. By that I mean one other person. Crafter is a Minecraft genius. That doesn't work. I have to wait, so that's 1 jump. So we gotta wait a second one. Man, I get panicky there. We can make it. We can definitely make that. I'm too scared. We are making, I feel like we're making good progress on this level. We're becoming consistent enough on all the beginning stuff, but since it's just such a slow, long level, it's hard to make more progress. Yep, we're improving quite a lot. Just so slow. It takes so long to get back there just to have an attempt at the clouds and then the boom booms. Yeah, so we wait there a second longer just so we have the cloud where we want it, and then that lines up easier. We need to jump over it. Sorry, I was playing around with Tetris, so I wasn't paying attention. No worries. I don't think I've played Tetris in years. I can't even remember the last console I had Tetris on. Isn't it like free on the Switch with Switch Online? I don't even know. Tetris 99? My sister's got it. I didn't get it. What other free games did they have? They had the I say free in quotes. They had the F-Zero game. F-Zero 99? That was kind of fun for like a week. And then it got a little bit too repetitive. Honestly, I think you should give it a try. Tetris stream or like just Tetris casual play, like on my own. Ow. Cause I mean, I don't really know if I can make Tetris entertaining, but we'll see. Tetris media share. Casual. Alright, check it out. It is free, so I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. I hit that wall there, which just cuts off all my momentum. I'll watch the stream if you do it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like you'd watch the stream on most things. Like, I could really just be watching ice melt and you'd be there. You're my homie. You are the mod. Now that I think about it, hold on. Yeah, no, you're my only mod left. That's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Rip other mods. Or I guess we have Minzer, but he does his own thing. Oh, I freaked out. I was freaking out. My brother? Is your brother a mod? I don't remember modding him. If I did, yeah, besides those two people, you're the only mod. Ow. Dang. Are both your brothers mods or just the one? Because I really don't remember modding your brothers. Ooh. Ow. Dang it. These spike hitboxes, for those of you who don't know, they have a bigger hitbox than Mario. They take up an entire block. It is a rough hitbox. Everyone in the community complains about them. I thought he jumped already. I wasn't paying too much attention. Oh, we hit an hour. Yeah, no, this might be this is gonna be the longest it's taken me, because I think the Pitch Black level... How long did Pitch Black take me? Maybe an hour 20? I think. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a while. Ugh, that is probably the worst jump in this level, is off the cloud onto the spiny. Because you have no momentum. So you need to sit on the cloud for a little bit longer to get some of that forward momentum. But not too long to where it starts going left and you just lose it all. I don't know. When watching Mario Maker before knowing how physics worked, a lot of it just looked easier than what it was, and some things definitely looked harder than what it was. or than what it is, but there's subtle things that just don't really make sense until you understand them, or seem hard until you understand them. We stopped too far away. I want to stop on the closest right block to that boom boom. I wonder if the wing boom boom actually just flies accordingly, like in the same pattern, since it's a auto scroller, because I haven't really been doing different movement, but it also hasn't done different movement, so I don't know. Also, I really would like to get that first cycle. We've hit it a few times on the going right, but I feel like waiting just the one jump makes it so much easier. So what do we want? Do we want safer, longer attempts? Or faster, riskier attempts? Probably the safer. Safer is probably smarter. Wow, we got a lot of momentum off that one. Yeah, no, that was all screwed up. For some reason, they were both jumping big there. I don't think they'd done that before. Okay, we just airballed it. Perfect. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've made mini auto scrollers. If I have, they've all been the fast speed auto scrollers. If you can't tell, I don't like waiting. I'm very impatient, especially whenever it comes to Kaizo, because I don't mind replaying the same things over and over again. But whenever there's an ounce of slow or inactivity, it's a little bit dreadful. But auto-scrollers are also quite amazing for spawning things in and getting setups to work. Because you're not basing it off whenever the player spawns them in, you're basing it off whenever the screen spawns them in, so they will always come in at the exact same time you want them to. And I mean, I could see that being very helpful. It's just I don't do it. I need to wait there. Wait one jump there. How was my Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving, what did I do that day? People came over. Not really much else happened. We ate fine food. I don't think there was any drama this year. I don't think there's been drama other years. But no, it was definitely one of the quieter ones, and I think I appreciated it. It was nice to have kind of a break Thanksgiving for once. It was good. How about yourself? Did you have a good Thanksgiving this year? Already excited and ready for the Christmas season? Day after Thanksgiving, my family put up the Christmas tree, which I think is more appropriate than setting it up before Thanksgiving, or the people who listen to Christmas music pre-Thanksgiving. Ugh. Played Skyblock. Honestly, fair enough. What are you thankful for? Minecraft. Ah. Gotta stop mid-airing there. Apologies for the yelling in the background. Younger siblings, I think. Ah! By the way, you remember Danta. From Techno's video. Which video? Because I can't say I remember Techno's video. I'm gonna say no. I don't think I know Danta. Unless it's a game mode. I don't even know what it is. His last Skyblock vid, he was a bad mayor. Dante. I know the name Dante for like Minecraft. Why do I know that name though? Maybe it is Techno. I don't know. The Dante sounds familiar if it's Minecraft. I just can't put a skin to it, Minecraft skin, or voice or anything. Oh, these are some rough attempts. We definitely got a hard one. I was kind of hoping for an easy one for the first stream, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Ugh. He was a Skyblock mayor that was evil, by the way. He was an NPC. Arrgh. I don't know. I feel like I definitely I've heard the name, and I can associate that name with Minecraft. But it's been a while. It's been maybe an entire year since I watched the Technoblade video, which is probably the longest I've gone since watching Technoblade. Every year I watch his Skyblock series. I feel like it's every year. But I haven't this year. We accidentally got a mid-air there. That sucks. I wasn't ready for it. If I would have been ready for it, we actually would have been pretty far. Yep. Another accidental mid-air. Perfect. Did you ever watch the Dream SMP? All those videos? Those were so hype. There's a channel, I don't know the channel's name. It's like Blueberry something. They have a playlist of all the Dream SMP VODs. I spent like a year watching all of the Dream POV for a little bit, and then as soon as Technoblade stream VOD or recording VOD came out, I watched all of his. They were sick. It was just a bunch of grinding mostly, but it was enjoyable. Very chill content. Okay. No. I need to wait like half a second there for the shell to come back. Most of the creators are extremely inappropriate on it. Trying to think. I don't think many people were. So who's on it? Wilbur, Filza. Neither of them are really inappropriate. Techno and Halo aren't inappropriate at all. Skeppy, he was like barely on it. I don't know. I mean, I guess like Tommy in it. Tommy in it's pretty loud-mouthed, if you will. This is getting difficult. Okay, we kind of got that part a little bit more figured out. No, what am I doing? Okay, hold on, let me pause. This is a PB. This is a PB, alright? So where are we? Get on that, jump over the spike, stand on the pipe. I think we stand exactly where the coin is. The muncher will come back, we'll grab the POW, and then I think we activate that thwomp, throw the POW, kill the muncher, jump up to the clouds, and then jump on the thwomp, and then I don't know where from there. That was insane progress. I would love a checkpoint, but I don't think we're getting a checkpoint. Oh my gosh, both the commands, they work. I'm so happy. I think Floof actually messaged in the Discord, or that was just to me privately, but I haven't checked it since I'm live. I wish I was more active on the Discord. I just look at it all the time. I'm like, I don't know what to post. It's like, do I just post a picture of my dog? I don't know. No, we were too fast. That cloud wouldn't have caught up with us. I don't know, I feel good. That was a good high right there of progress. Because it had been a good minute since we've hit progress. It's just so much. It is honestly ridiculous to just no break. That's another thing about auto scroll levels, is normally I'll make a level pretty rough, but at some point, even if there isn't a checkpoint, I'll give you a quick moment where you can stop, break, look at what you're looking at, and then do the next section. Even if it is only one screen that you can see, I'm giving you just a break with your hands and your brain. Auto scrollers, you don't get that break. It is constant movement. If you stop moving, then you're dead. I wasn't paying attention. How far were we into the level? Because 100, or I guess the world record's a minute and 30 seconds, so that's 90 seconds. We have 300 seconds on the timer, so by the time it says 2:10, we should be close to finishing, if not finished. No, I did one too many bounces. If you could have one fictional character's power, what would they be? Okay, if you're an atheist, a really funny answer would be God, but I'm not, so I'm not gonna make that joke. But fictional character powers. I mean, Doctor Strange, I guess. Magic is a pretty overpowered superpower. Because like he can just manipulate time, teleport, create, or destroy, create matter, reality. So I feel like that's a bit of a cheat answer, but I feel like it's also the smartest answer. And like he needs a cape, like a magic cape to make him fly. But I feel like eventually you could learn some magic to make yourself fly. Or I guess Scarlet Witch, but if you don't have your powers want to like take over your mind or whatever's going on with her. I don't know. I kind of stopped watching Marvel. I don't keep up with it too much. I'll watch the Avengers Doomsday when it comes out, but Marvel's not really my forte anymore. I've always been more of a DC guy, and then I was very disappointed with the Zack Snyder universe, and now that James Gunn has finally dropped the DCU, I'm back in. It's gonna be a good era for DC. Very excited for the upcoming projects. I wonder if we can get that off of just one bounce. Probably, but I feel like it's also much more difficult and not really worth it, so we're not going to. That's weird. I feel like superpowers, because we've talked about, gosh, in this stream we've discussed superpowers so many times. We've talked about what superpowers would be bad if you were to actually have them, and so many people in this stream, and I still don't get it. I think you and I were some of the few that disagreed, but it was like super strength would be really bad. And it's like, yeah, if you just always output an infinite amount of force, then you're just dooming yourself and the rest of the world. But if you have super strength like Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles, then you're just controlling it. Because if you can choose when you want to pick up a glass bottle or whenever you want to crush a glass bottle, I feel like you should be able to also choose whenever you want to crush it and make like a sound, like a sound barrier, break the sound barrier with it, you know? I feel like you would have control over how much strength you output. I'm still very heated about that conversation. That was a very annoying one with chat. I rage more at chat than I do video games. Which I guess isn't saying much, but still. You know what else? Actually, if I could choose another superpower, the superpower to beat this level would be a pretty handy one right now. Just to be the best at anything you do. Like, there's a character in X-Men named Domino that just always has luck on her side, so everything always works out in her favor, just as a subsequent like order of how the world works. But I feel like just being the best at everything you do is not a bad power. Taskmaster? Like the show? Or is there a superhero named Taskmaster that I just don't know about? Taskmaster. Yeah, if you're strong, you can still control your strength. Yeah, that was like the argument that we gave. And there was like 4 or 5 people that were just like, no, if you're too strong, you break the floor you're walking on. It's like, I don't know if I agree with that. Well, he's technically a villain. Is he Marvel or DC? Taskmaster. I feel like I've heard the name, but I don't feel like it's like in any media that I've seen. I'm gonna make a guess before you give me the answer. I'm gonna say Marvel. Is that his power? Basically, he can watch anyone and replicate their movement pattern? That's sick. Dang, so if you just like watch a task to a video game, then you can just play like a task. And obviously video games are like the least, probably one of the least impressive things you could do with that ability, but still, no, it has to be a person. You don't think that? You don't think what? You can just watch someone do something, you can replicate every single one of their inputs. I think it has to be a person? Okay, so you just watch all the best world record runners for every single game, and like individual split lists, and then you take all of that input in your brain and you just make a task run. Because that's how a lot of tasks are made, is it's not robots, it's just segments of the best runs. So you'll be like a human task. Human task is actually like a sick gamer tag. Okay. I don't know if we died to the screen or if I just missed the spring there. You also have to watch their inputs, yeah. So you just have to stare at their hands the entire time. Or if you're Gorgonim, you stare at their feet. I don't know what happened to that guy. Gorgonim, he's a great content creator, he used to come around all the time. I think he's actually still my banner for the YouTube channel. But he took a break from streaming. He's not streaming much anymore. Or posting. There was like a good month where he came out of nowhere and started just posting insane records and videos. I didn't know you could full jump there. I've been making that harder this entire time, going through that tunnel. Dang. If I think about it, I think Gorgonim is probably the most impressive gamer I know. Like, I've spoken to. No, I know. It's so sad. I don't know. I think a lot of two-player runners for games that use their hands and feet, they're just instantly a tier above most, like 99% of other gamers. Because that is some peak coordination. Ow. Thanks, Donald, for not putting me on that pedestal. No, you're like, it goes like Gorgonim and then like a crafter. Like, I said 99%, right? So you're like the 1%. You're not a tier lower, you're just like squatting down on the same tier next to Gorgonim, if that makes sense. Honestly, playing with both hands and feet is impressive. Yeah, no, I don't know how he does it. The two-player world record used to be held by Gorgonim, and then it was actually beat by a few seconds by two runners, Zach and, apologies on not knowing the other one, but it's Zach and another guy, and they both play with the controllers, but Gorgonim, he plays hands and feet, which I think is kind of crazy. I've done two-player speedruns before with my hands and feet, and it's tough. I do not have a good time. Yep, the no friend strategy. Something tells me the next attempt past that cloud right there, it's gonna be a good one. Ow. That's why I said past the cloud, not the next attempt. We need to do a two-player run at some point for SMO. I'd be kind of down. I would make you be Mario. I'd be kind of intrigued to see how that would go. I kind of want to do a two-player run with a lot of my friends. Just make them be Mario. Teach them the Mario movement, and I'll just worry about all the cappy stuff. Meaning I'm doing like 5% of the run. Just get to sit back, relax. Have them feel bad for messing up. Dang, we were too fast there again. Maybe we'll do a you Mario, me Mario. Free content, exactly. Add it to the notes. Two-player speedrun with a crafter. I don't know if you saw the doc, but I updated it all. I fixed it a little bit. I sorted it, added some more content ideas to it. That cloud, man, just not lining up. These past two attempts are just not where I want it to be. Google Doc, yes. I kind of dropped the notes app one. It was just messier. Ow. Ooh. You only have the notes one? No, I thought I was sharing the Google Docs one with you. I'll share that after stream then. I'm struggling, man. We still haven't made it on that cloud since I've said the next attempt after the cloud would be the one. Ooh, okay. That's my bad. Thing is we've probably already seen 3/4 of this level. 4/5 of this level maybe is my more accurate guess. It's just we've only seen it a few times because it takes so dang long to get back. Surprised I made it on the spiny. I need to like turn around immediately, but not run immediately. That way we can one cycle that jump. It's always one of my favorite parts about replaying Kaiser levels after deaths is not just figuring out how to do stuff, but continue optimizing it and improving yourself on it. What is your opinion on the recent meme? The recent meme. I feel like I know which one you're talking about. Is it the one that could be associated with school and sports and brain-rotted children? But I'm not saying it. I'm not. Yep. 6 plus 1 with a 6 in front of it. That's a pretty annoying one. Not a fan. My younger sister, she actually did it for a while, but then I told her that her older sister does it, and now the younger sister hates it. So it was kind of a big brain play by me. So as humbly as I can, I'll take full credit for the genius of that idea. I still have friends that do it. Like I went to a friend's house, loved the guy. His whole family does it. And by that I mean himself, his brother, his sisters, his parents, sitting at a table, and they'll drop it on purpose, and then all of them will just start shaking their hands around, saying it. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to go home. I hate it here. And they all just look at me and they're like, oh, it's funny, and I'm like, I don't think we're friends anymore. That's just how it has to be. But unfortunately, that's not how the world works. I know, it's very sad. I'm glad you also have a distaste for the meme. What is the younger twin does it all the time? I can imagine. I mean, I can't say I know them better than you do, but whenever I did used to hang out with that guy, I mean, he seemed like the type. No, yeah, it's always fun to see whenever it pops up who says what. Be like, okay, who's gonna cringe and dread the next 30 seconds, and who's going to start laughing maniacally and start partaking in the unfunny joke. I think a part of it that makes it so funny is there are people like you and myself that when we hear it, we just we drone at it. We're like, oh, this is horrible. And I think that just makes a lot more kids and adults find it funnier. Just because like, oh look, this harmless thing, it's gonna annoy everyone else. Let's do it. It's harmless. It's funny. I think that's a big problem with it. It's just because it's free rage bait. I'm gonna be honest. I hate most memes in general. I mean, yeah, I think meme trends can be pretty annoying, which is what I would classify this as. Just a meme in general. I mean, I don't see the harm in it. I thought it was whatever whenever it was just the kid. But now that everyone's like partaking in it and making it a whole trend, it's annoying. It's overdone. It's not funny. Every time I bring it up to him, the fact that it is brain rot, he denies it. No, it's definitely brain rot. I feel like it falls in the category of brain rot with like the resilience stuff and Labubu's and all that. I can't stand Labubu's. Those things, creepy and very annoying. I'm glad the hype of those things died down. No, it's definitely brain rot. I mean, yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree with you. That's what I was saying. I did see some people play. Now, mind you, I don't watch Roblox. Don't judge me. I don't. Okay, let me just get that out of the way. But it popped up on my feed. I'm watching these grown men cry over a game called Steal a Brain Rot, and it's so sad. It's pathetic. It's like, oh my gosh, this brain rot thing, it just needs to go away. What started brain rot? Would you say it would be I feel like I have an answer. I feel like I'm gonna say Skibidi Toilet. That I feel like was not the start, but the most impactful beginning to brain rot. Called Aura is brain rot. Is Aura brain rot? I don't think Aura is brain rot. I think it's close, but it's just like Riz. It's I don't think it's brain rot. I think it's just a less utilized and overplayed word than Riz. Jin Alpha is the Jin that started it. I really hope I'm not Jin Alpha. I don't know what Jin I am. We'll say I'm not, just so that way I sound better. But no, I mean Among Us and Roblox were definitely pretty influential on that whole brain rot existence coming about. But I definitely feel like the most impactful source of brain rot had to have been Skibidi Toilet when it came out. Weren't they making a movie? Did they make a movie? I don't even know. I think that was gonna be a thing. I'm trying to think, and I can't really name any brain rot that I've seen and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, or I enjoy this, which is something I say every time I come across a meme I like. Among Us itself wasn't bad, but the vids and memes definitely didn't help. I think Among Us, for it being a game where you can socialize, interact, and just like, you know, sabotage or work together with people during COVID, was a great idea. I think Among Us was fantastic, but the community kind of ruined it. Like Roblox, I mean, I think they more indulged the idea of making it a trashy, cringy community, so you can blame the developers and the caretakers of the game. But I think Among Us, well yeah, Among Us wasn't made for 2020, but it was most hyped in 2020. Like, during COVID is whenever it started to actually take off. A game I think that was perfect, and I think I've said this before, one of the best release dates for any game has to have been Animal Crossing New Horizons. And it is like the number 3 or 4 most sold Nintendo Switch game, and I genuinely only believe that is because of when it was released. It is a game about going outside and actually doing things in a time where you could not go outside and do things. It was a perfect release on Nintendo. Okay, we're behind here, but that lines the shell up better for me. I feel like I make it there, and that's like, it's like the halfway point. Because we've been, after that is the thwomp part with the muncher. So yeah, we're gonna say over half of the level is where we're at. Just based off of the world record and the timer I have. think it's considered brain rot when you treat it like video game XP. Oh yeah, definitely. When do we enter? I'm gonna try and pay attention to this pipe. Wait, actually, my stream is actually kind of behind, so I can see when I last died. 1 second, chat. So that little turn block part, I died at 266, we'll say. So 266 minus 300 is 34 seconds. And we've made it a little past that. So I'm going to say we've made a minute into this level out of the minute and a half. So we're going to say 2/3 is what we've made it through. Ow. How are you feeling about Christmas? I'm enjoying the Christmas season. I mean, I'm not really one for Christmas music, but I don't mind it whenever it's December. Christmas decorations, they always look pretty, so I don't mind them either. Christmas itself, I don't think we have any exciting plans, so it's just gonna be a chill Christmas. No pun intended. No, stop. I don't think we've actually ever gone anywhere for Christmas. Like on Christmas Eve, we always go up to Montgomery, Texas, and visit some family there. But besides that, we kind of just stay home, and it kind of works. We have people come over to our house. Our house is like the new hotspot for at least one side of my family. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a chill Christmas. I haven't seen many people online or many social media posts about like a crazy Christmas season or a bunch of Christmas memes popping up. And it was kind of like I thought it was funny, whenever Thanksgiving came around, I saw more hype for the new season of Stranger Things than I actually did Thanksgiving, and I told that to a few people. But I feel like we're kind of going to be experiencing the same thing, because the rest of the season releases on Christmas Day. It's like, how many more people are going to be hyped for Christmas over Stranger Things? Okay. That's like a good reset point for a screen and where Mario is. Unfortunately, I did not make it though. So yeah, that's 40 seconds, and then we make it another 20 past the swamp, so that is a minute. Ooh. We've progressed 1 minute in the past hour 40 minutes. I am, because Christmas is Jesus' birthday. It is Jesus' birthday. That's why it's hype. I don't know. I love Christmas. I'm a very big Christmas guy. When it's Christmas Day, but really up until Christmas, I'm more just existing. It's just another month. I don't really get on my best behavior, because I'm always on my best behavior. I'm a very good person. A very humble person too, actually. Plus, you don't like Stranger Things? That, honestly, I could see you not being a Stranger Things fan, so that's a fine take from you. But I don't know. The show in general, fantastic. It's one of the best timepieces I've seen. Everything except for maybe a plot line in season 2, like an entire plot line. I think the show's arguably perfect. But besides that, like if you take that out, with that in, it's still amazing. But that is definitely one of the biggest turnoffs for one of the best shows. That's a very sad fact. The lore is decent. The lore is very well done, I think. I don't know. I'm excited. I watched the new season as it came out with my mother, because that's actually the person I started watching season 1 with whenever it came out. But I don't know. I feel like it's existing quite well. It's holding up. It's giving everything that it's promised it would, and I appreciate that. I like that in a show. I don't know if we're gonna take longer than 2 hours, but if we do, I may have to actually just like pause it here, which is kind of crazy. I was not expecting to get a 2-hour level. Hopefully we can pull through though. Maybe if we don't finish it today, do Mario Kart World for an hour and then spend 30-40 minutes on it tomorrow. No! Oh, I just don't get a big enough swing. Do you think this will actually be the last season? I do. I think this will be the final season of Stranger Things. But they already announced a spin-off series featuring 2 main characters that takes place in between season 4 and 5. I don't know if it's run by the Duffer Brothers, which are the directors, writers, and producers of the Stranger Things series, but like, I don't know. I think it will be well done if it is the Duffer Brothers, but if it's not, then I'm a little bit weary towards it. I don't know if I'm really looking forward to it. Oh my goodness. Why can't I hit him? Like Terraria is a TV show world. Exactly. I'm gonna pretend I understand the joke. I don't know. Terraria is a game I actually really want to play. Like, I want to play Terraria. I feel like I'd have so much fun with it, but it's just like, I know people say getting into Terraria is the hardest part about Terraria, like, to enjoy. So. But before I do that, I gotta beat this dang level, man. Imagine the first stream back, I just don't make any progress. Basically, Terraria's devs have been saying that the game would finish updating like 3 updates ago. I mean, yeah, but if you're making money and you enjoy adding to it, I mean, that makes sense. I have a decent knowledge about the game. Did you play a lot of Terraria, or have you? We'll also give this, I don't know if I said this already, but we'll give this 15 more minutes. Maybe we'll get a PB. Or not. Because these attempts, they take me a little under a minute each time. If I make it far enough, of course. No, I dropped it instead of threw it. I wish there was an indicator there, that way my brain could just autopilot. Because you drop the other spring. This is a level, I think, that would benefit quite nicely with indicators, but Barb just doesn't use them. And there's no issue with that, it's just, I don't know, it's just nicer to the player. He says it makes his levels look messier, and I can agree with that if it's over-indicated on simple things. But there's just some things that would be so nice to have. basically my Minecraft for a little bit. My parents wouldn't let me get Minecraft, so that's what I had. I did not know that. I did not know you were a Terraria first person. Rough. Very, very difficult. Boing. That one hurt. That one did not feel good. So if you want to play Terraria, I would be willing to join you. I mean, that'd be kind of sick. I wouldn't mind that at all. I mean, Terraria is like, I don't know what it'd be a mix of. What would you say? Like Stardew Valley, Minecraft. I don't know what I'm doing. Stardew Valley, Minecraft. Some people say it's really difficult, which kind of intrigues me. Older brother has played the game a lot more than me. He's actually told me that. It's 2D Minecraft with MMO style of gameplay. Okay. No, yeah, him and I have actually talked about Terraria before. He was telling me about some of the bosses, I think. Like there was this lightning boss he was talking about. How many bosses are in Terraria? Is there a number? So I describe it? I think it's a valid description. Thank you for throwing the spring this time. One, two, three. Big spin. Wow, that is so difficult. Oh my gosh. Ugh. That is so rough. PB, you know what? I actually think that's a good place to end because I do have to go anyway. Fantastic level. I can't wait to beat this. That was so rough though, man. Ugh. Oh gosh, what is the ending? Ew. That does not look... I guess we'll find out how that goes. No, real though, that was so much fun. I'm so glad to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. Streaming tomorrow. Super Mario Kart World without the Super. We're going to be doing that online just with some friends, with chat. And then this weekend we'll be hopefully beating Undertale. I don't know if we'll be beating it or if we're just going to be making minute progress and going on another date with Papyrus. But if that's all we do, then I'm going to enjoy it. Anyway, thank you again so much for watching. See you in the next one.